Welcome, everyone, to the Flower Files podcast sponsored by Wildly Native Flower Farm. Here, everyone is welcome to talk with fellow flower lovers, including real perspectives from the farm, the flowers, and me, the florist.
From the messy day-to-day operations down to the details and even business perspectives, this podcast has a little bit of everything to keep it real. We know that life can get crazy and we don't always have the time to spend on what we love, so we are here to help you take a little time to indulge in nature. I'm Liza Getz.
I'm Lizzie Frey, and we are the team that makes this podcast. Every once in a while, we have a couple guests, this business thing, and what we are working with is called life.
Join us as we walk you through how to think outside the box, talk from the farmer's perspective, have honest conversations about florals, and how to run, well, life. So listen in.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, in the podcast section, and any of your other podcast platforms. You can also find us online at wildlynativeflowerfarm.com, and in an easy way, you can look in the show notes, and all of the information will be right there for easy access.
Well, hello friends, and welcome back to the Flower Files, sponsored by Wildly Native Flower Farm. I'm Liza, and today we're talking about something that might sound simple, but honestly, it changes everything in the garden. That's your garden's goals. And before you roll your eyes and start thinking this is going to be one of those rigid, boring, and overwhelming, stay on task and do these things, just stay with me. Because this is not about perfection. It's about clarity, confidence, and growing with intention. Because, friends, I have stood in that garden center and going, oh my God, I don't know what that plant is, but I need it. And what's that over there? And I need it. And I need it. And I need it. And I need it. And I have no plan, and I have no idea, and I just buy plants, and then I stand there, I go, well, I'll plant it here. And then I have a mess, and I have a hodgepodge, and I created this because of that. Because of standing in the garden center going, wow, I need everything. And trust me, it will still happen. But my goal is to help you have a space that makes maybe a little more sense. So here's what I see all the time. People love gardening, but they may feel a little scattered. They plant too much of maybe one thing, not enough of another. Maybe they forget what they planted, and they don't know why something worked or it didn't work. And by mid-season, the joy that is supposed to come from gardening could turn into a little frustration because, let's face it, Mother Nature doesn't like a blank slate. So she will fill things with weeds if you don't fill it with flowers. And it's not because you're a bad gardener, and it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's just because maybe you never stopped to ask that simple question of, what do I actually want from my garden? So what do garden goals actually mean? Garden goals aren't about checking boxes or doing it right. It's about having intention. Do you want more flowers for cutting? Do you want a calmer, more manageable, lower maintenance garden? Do you want a space that feels joyful instead of stressful? Or maybe you just want a garden that finally gives back a little more than it takes from you? Your goals probably shape what you plant, how much you plant, when you plant, and how you care for it. Without goals and without understanding the seasonality and understanding annuals, perennials, evergreens, shrubs, all of the pieces, you're guessing. But with goals, you have intention and you have purpose. So when you walk into that garden center and say, I need something tall and pretty for the back section to the left, you can look with plants, look with intention at the plant, and maybe grab that one thing that you're like, oh my God, I have to have this, and know exactly where to put it. So one of the biggest shifts I see, especially when newer gardeners, flower growers, either one, even established gardeners, is what happens when they plan before they plant. Suddenly, you're wasting less money because, again, let's go back to that moment in the garden center where you buy that plant and you're like, oh, I love this. And then you come home and you don't have a place ready to plant it. I'll be the first one to raise my hand and say, I can't tell you how many times I've bought something. It has sat in the tray or the container. I haven't planted it and it has shriveled into nothingness because I didn't have a plan. It also will make you feel more confident when you have a plan and you know what you're going to do. It helps you plan for other infrastructure things like checking the soil, seeing what kind of amendments you may need. If you're going to plant bulbs, you want to have the bulb tone, you want to have the fertilizers, you want to amend that soil for what it needs to be. Want to plant something that is really sun loving? Make sure you have the space available and understand what you need. It gives you more confidence when you're, again, standing in that garden center or tempted from your catalogs that are starting to roll in every day. I open the mailbox and there's a new catalog. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all these amazing pictures with all of these amazing varieties of plants. Then I'm like, never heard of that. I want to grow some of these. I like this. What if we added that? It's like a kid in the candy shop this time of year or spring when everybody's in the garden center. And having that confidence of I need this, this, and this is a game changer. I also feel it's really easy to fall into the trap of comparing my garden to somebody else's. I may look at somebody else's garden and say, I really like the way that's planted or organized or has different shifts throughout the season. There's this garden on my way home from town. So I go to town, I do my things, and when I come home, and I always look at the garden from the road because it's always amazing. It's beautiful year round. They have so many different interests and colors and clumping of florals, and it's stunning. And I'll be honest, I come home and look at my backyard and go, I need a different plan because mine's like, I have some of this over here and some of this over here and some of this over here. And to be fair, if I walk out to the field, we have a plan and it's very strict and we have rotations and we do all of the things. But when it comes to my house and my garden's a mess. I'll be honest. It's because I don't always have a good plan. So if I stop comparing with that garden that I drive past all the time and I actually begin to enjoy the process again, total game changer. Because when you know why you're growing something, you stop chasing a little bit of everything. I have a new section in my backyard. I figure the more yard I take up, the less grass I have to cut, which is a great thing. But how do I do that? How do I do it and have the infrastructure in place so that although the grass is gone, the crabgrass, I want to make sure I don't have that. What are the things that I'm going to put in place so that it makes sense? I want to put pavers down? Great. What am I putting underneath the pavers so the stuff doesn't grow through? Having that plan is actually really powerful. So I've spent years helping other people figure out what to grow, when to grow it, and how to make their garden work for them, not stress them out, and not have it be something that's working against them. You want this lush, incredible spring push? Great, we'll help you with that. You want to have all of these intricate colors and different designs and you want it to be very inviting? Great, we can help you with that. So I sat down and realized the more people were asking me questions, the more those questions were basically the same. And I finally put all of that thinking, the prompts, the questions, the structure into one place. It's not a rule book, it's not a rigid plan, but it's a guide that helps you think like a confident grower. The kind of guide that you come back to season after season after season. And the other thing that I thought was really important is in the springtime when everything's pretty and everything looks really nice, you can plant, but what are you going to do when it's hot summer? What are you going to do when it's late autumn? Your garden should have progression, not just have these 1 season wonders and a couple other little things. Think about the whole season and what you want. Why now is the moment? So here's the thing. The best time to set garden goals isn't when everything is perfect. It's before the chaos begins. It's before the overwhelm hits. It's before the I wish I had planned better moment hits. It's I wish I hadn't planted that there because now I have to dig it up and I've tried to dig it up and it keeps coming back moment hits. These tiny little small clarity moments can completely change how your season feels later. And if you've ever thought, I want to feel more organized in my garden, I want to grow with a specific intention, I want to grow for pollinators, I want to grow for my kids, I want to grow for gift giving, I want to grow for crafting, I want to grow for culinary use, I want to grow for whatever the use of your garden is. Maybe it's just, I want to grow for me. I want to grow for my space. I want this to feel easy and joyful. I want a secret garden where I can sit and drink tea and nobody can see. Then this is your sign to slow down and plan first. So if setting garden goals feels exciting, but also feels a little overwhelming, you don't have to do it alone. And here's the key. You don't have to do it all at once. We created the garden guide to help you ask the right questions, think through your seasons, and build a guide that actually fits your life. Take all of your Pinterest pictures, put them together, and figure out how to make them come to life. It's no pressure, it's not perfection, it's clarity and confidence. So if you're ready to step into the best garden that you've ever had, you can find it obviously linked wherever you're listening, or hop over to Wildly Native and find it on the website. And I truly believe it will change how you experience your garden. So until next time, friends, keep dreaming, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next episode of The Flower Files.